So ladies, what brings you here today?
Well, Dr. Weiner, we're just having a really heated discussion and it got really angry. We just can't seem to see eye to eye, and I'm trying to be rational and be a good friend to her, but she's just being completely like irrational. So here's the story. I met this guy. He is a really nice guy, and I want to introduce her to him. And then automatically she says, well, is he going to spoil me? And that just pisses me off because he's a nice guy. I'm just trying to set her up with a guy that is a nice guy.
Well, that's your opinion. I gather he's a nice guy. Did you meet him yet?
Okay, so my side of it. Thank you for explaining yourself to him. The thing is what she sees as a nice guy and what I see as a nice guy is different. And I was trying to explain to her that it's not only about him being a nice guy, especially today in my life. Like, I need somebody who's compatible with me. And they don't think about her and my other best friend. They don't think about, will this person be compatible with Jillian? I have a lot of rules. I can be very rigid. However, I've grown to be very, very flexible. It's just one of the things that she was explaining to me is that the guy was overweight. He was, you know, he doesn't really work out and he doesn't really eat healthy, which is, I'm sure he's an amazing guy and I don't judge people. It's just, especially in my life today, like, I'm into fitness and I'm into eating really, really healthy. And she thinks I'm being shallow when it comes to my preferences.
First of all, and let me interrupt. All the guys that she looks at, they're all chunky. So that's why I thought of him for her, because she likes chubby guys.
Okay.
So now all of a sudden, she's into fitness.
Oh, so that was in the past.
Well, it's not even that I'm into chunky guys. The thing is I like a little meat on a man. However, as we grow and as we change, and I always explain this to you, that we don't stay the same person. And I'm not the same person that I was 2 years ago, where going out for pizza every day was my highlight of my life. Now, like, I'm thinking more of compatibility. Like, when we spend quality time together, are we going to be compatible? Do we want to go eat the same things? Does he like to go to the gym? Like, does he like to get a good night's sleep? Does he, you know, take care of himself, obviously inside and out? But my preference for what I like has broadened and it has changed. And she is trying to match me with who she thinks I would want to be with, rather than thinking about what does Jillian like and and what I like to attract, because it's everything. Chemistry and all of that is everything.
Okay, but there's more to the story. So that's physical, right? Oh, he's a little overweight, okay. But she not only said something about his physical person, she's like, oh, well, what does he do? Is he going to spoil me? And that's what pissed me off, because if you're looking for a boyfriend, you know, automatically you're thinking about somebody spoiling you. That's not the way to approach a relationship. If you want a mutual partner, you want somebody to grow with, you want someone who's going to treat you nice, take care of you. Like, is he going to spoil me? So that was what pissed me off.
Was it somebody you knew a long time, or somebody?
No, I just met him. I met him at this office, and he seems like her type. And he's a receptionist. You know, I think he makes okay money.
Okay, so
What I would matter. Do you want to just meet somebody, just gradually get to know them over a couple hours and say you can feel it if it's going to happen?
All I said was go out with him.
Or you don't want to.
Well, the thing is she wants to set me up on a blind date. She sent me a headshot of him, which is, of course, he looks good in a headshot. But however, when I did my little homework, what I had noticed was that I didn't see a lot of compatibility for what I'm looking for.
From a picture.
But hold on. But what I do want to say to you is that I don't do the dating sites. I'm really not into the picture thing, actually, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not on Tinder or Plenty of Fish or any of those other websites, because I don't want to flick through and pick a guy. I need to feel their vibes. I need to feel their energy.
But how are you going to feel his vibe and his energy if you don't meet him?
Right, but my response to that is I wasn't attracted to him when I even saw what I seen. I already know if I've got to drag him to the gym or I've got to motivate him to eat healthy, chances are my energy is going to be drained putting all my things that I like into him. And I want to walk with a guy. I don't want to be carrying him or pulling him into my direction. I want to be meeting halfway. Equal yoke is all about people being compatible and growing together and maybe being flexible and meeting halfway, but not,
Right.
I don't think she's even considering the things that she likes about a guy and how I'm the same way, only I have different preferences.
I think it's a normal situation where, no, but you haven't met him yet. You just met him recently, and you're assuming maybe she's gonna.
Yeah,
like
she's
the guy.
assuming that he's not going to want to go to
No,
the
you-
gym.
Well, it could be
And
you're
that
both
he's not going to
assuming.
want to eat healthy. Maybe he's looking to grow with a partner too. You meet someone and they have a potential. If this is a nice guy, you may get like 8 out of the 10 boxes.
Right.
You have to open yourself up to meeting someone.
Did you show a picture of?
Yeah, I showed him a picture. He's handsome
No.
and he's a receptionist,
of Miss
which she has a
Date.
problem with.
future date here.
Well, actually,
Does he have an interest?
I didn't even ask her to set me up with anybody, first of all. Her,
I understand.
and secondly, if anything, he wouldn't be the one that I would think that she would pick out of all the apples on the tree. Especially considering
He
only-
is a really good
It sounds
guy.
like she picked low-lying fruit in your.
Absolutely not. He's a really
in
good
your-
person.
No, in her.
But Rich, I just want to be very, very clear that we have the same taste in a sense, but also, like, I have nothing against him being larger. I have nothing against him being a receptionist. However, the compatibility,
You're not quite sure about.
already when I line up the whole picture, I'm already thinking like there's a whole bunch of no's.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole bunch of cons over the pros. And I haven't even met the guy yet.
Yeah, that's the part. Was he showing a picture of her though?
Just go out with him. Just go out
You
with
gotta-
him and talk to him, and maybe
Just
you
hold
may
his
look
hand
past
for
the fact that
5
he's a
seconds.
little bit
That's
overweight.
what she wants you to do, right? Hold his hand for 5 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm a therapist who does so many interviews with people.
Dr. Rich Wiener, what I'm trying to explain to you is that I really honestly, I'm happy by myself even.
Mhm.
And I actually have been opening up to being more flexible, to even going on dates, even at like my gym, where I would think I would be compatible with a lot of the guys there because they all care about their bodies, care about fitness, care about, I mean, that's really big to me. And that's where I'm at in my life right now. Where somebody would like to read books and that's really important to them, and, go to the museum, that's really important to them. I would never want to go to a museum.
But you're willing to, go halfway.
Yeah, I'm always willing to be flexible and go halfway. What I believe in my heart of hearts is she should throw the fish back in and
And
have another pickings, and then come to me with,
maybe-
would you like to go on a
maybe
blind date?
Pick out 2 or 3 for your friend Jerry.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea, Dr. Wiener.
Yeah, just put 3 pictures on the wall.
Just go out with him, and this may be just a test to see
Okay.
what.
And I actually do want to get back to the spoiling thing.
Okay.
So, there's 5 different love languages. And I already know for sure what my love language is. I don't really like.
But that's why you don't have a boyfriend.
Well,
You want a boyfriend, right? You want to change that aspect of your life, so you have to think differently.
Well, that's not why I don't have a boyfriend. That is why I don't have a boyfriend is because in the universal clock, it hasn't happened yet. Maybe I'm still growing and working on myself and maybe the universe is working on the person that I'm supposed to be with. So I don't look at it as if that's why I don't have a boyfriend.
But how are you gonna have a boyfriend and how are you gonna be open to a relationship if you automatically say, is he gonna spoil me? If
Right.
you haven't met him, you haven't talked to him,
she doesn't
you don't know what he
understand.
likes, he may be your soulmate.
Right. But she doesn't understand when I say, is he going to spoil me? I come from like, my parents, my father would literally run across the car just to open the door for my mother. Like when I say spoiled, she automatically thinks dollar signs. I wasn't thinking dollar signs. I was thinking more or less like, I do consider myself like a princess and I wanted to be treated as such, but however, I will treat him like a prince.
Yeah, you want somebody with chivalry.
Well, that's different.
Well, that's
When
what
you
I'm
say
saying.
spoiled,
Right.
it's like-
So she automatically assumes that I'm talking about like giving me a couple G's every day. That's not what I'm talking about. I am very independent in that way, but I also know that I want to be treated a certain way, and sometimes men aren't even into that. But I already know I'm setting the tone that that's what I'm into.
Now, here's what I'm proposing, Dr. Wiener, and then the session is over. I just want her to go out with him, and then I want to continue this conversation.
Well, I'm always open to conversation. It's just between you two.
Can we meet here next week after she goes out with him and talk about
Absolutely.
and see, like, what she thinks then?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
It's a growth process, and we'll go one step at a time.
Right, but the two of you haven't even asked me if I'm willing to even do that.
Well, that was my next question.
Okay.
It's something you have to consider, whether you want to do it or not. And you don't have to make a decision right this second. I think you're friends, you should work it out, yes or no, and understanding if you don't, she already knows the reasons why you don't. And just don't let it come between your friendship.
Correct.
And go for it.
Okay.
I told you we would win!
Yeah, chasing mermaids, paradox, yo, staying classy but aggressive. I like women in their dresses, take them off, that's more impressive. Driving slowly in my Lexus, what's your name? She said Alexis. Love them all except my exes, friend them all when they accept it. Hit the DM with my message, then I hit her up with Texas. Skipping dinner straight to breakfast.